chick, your hair is looking sick.
Thank you, babe. What'd you get up to last night?
A whole movie marathon, watched so many horrors.
I can't watch horror films, I hate them.
What's your favourite film?
Pulp Fiction, the best movie of all time.
The outfits.
The dance, John Travolta.
Iconic. You look like you should be on a movie set with that haircut and that outfit.
I literally feel like Miami Vice.
Deadstock is about that special piece that makes you go absolutely wild. There must be so many things out there hidden away, and people just don't know what they're worth.
You've got to look at markets, car boot fairs, house clearances, anywhere you can.
I'm really hoping that we get something amazing through the Deadstock doors.
You can make a decent amount of money from reselling, from a few quid to thousands.
Tattooed. Whoa! Look at what they're wearing. 90s fashion is such a big influence.
Is it something that you would want to sell?
I'm a big collector of memorabilia, the kind of film, comic, dorky kind, I guess.
Where did you get that shirt from?
From Italy, I think.
Were you really inspired by the films?
Yeah, there's like Miami Vice vibes, / like Cuban vibes.
I used to go and look at these as a kid and kind of get transported into a place.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm
well.
My name's Youth, good to meet you.
I'm Fee, nice to meet you.
Isaac.
What have you brought with us today, then?
I brought a collection of UK cinema quad movie posters.
OK. Tell us a little bit about how you got these.
I've got probably another 145. So this is like a selection of that collection.
Quad posters are limited edition. They aren't available to buy for the public. They're in the cinema.
The way to tell you might have one is by the size. They're 30 by 40 inches, and they're also printed on both sides.
The fact that Isaac's got them, it's just something special.
Basically, I worked at a cinema. You were able to get posters as a member of staff if you requested them. And then in the end, yeah, I just kind of found that I had a collection of film posters. One of the earliest memories I have of seeing a poster for a film that I couldn't see was Terminator 2. So I was, what, 8 years old? That image of Arnold Schwarzenegger on the bike with the gun in the sunglasses, they mean a lot. They really mean a lot. You know, I've held on to them for a long time.
Which pieces have you brought with you today?
So this is a Trainspotting one. This one is Donnie Darko, signed by the director Richard Kelly.
OK.
And then I think this one is Clueless.
I am dying to see this Clueless poster just because I want to see what everyone's wearing. Can you believe I just want to see it?
OK, cool.
For my
All
own
right.
fashion
Let's do
inspo. Clueless is such a big influence on my fashion.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's
incredible.
So amazing. Look at what they're wearing. You see girls now wearing all those outfits. It's iconic. Bucket hats, mini skirts.
The Clueless poster is 24 years old, so I'm looking at it and thinking, wow, the styling on there, everything's so relevant to today. It's just so cool. I just love how bold the colours are in it as well. It's just standing out, kind of typical of the time. With the Clueless poster, the damage at the edges is really going to affect the price.
It's not in great nick, but it's such an iconic poster. The artwork is absolutely amazing, so I think it will hold its value. You know what? I never really thought about posters, but now I think you might have got me into them.
The one that I probably think is the best is this Trainspotting one. That is... Wow. That's the preview poster. I have a feeling this would have been released a couple of months before the film came out, so this could be, yeah, late 1995.
It's in pretty good condition.
It's slightly damaged. Someone has done something to it.
I can see someone's drawn on the face. Shall we flip it?
Wow.
OK, so this looks like it's in almost perfect condition, the back.
Trainspotting only played in about 600 cinemas in the UK, so there's only probably about 1,000 of these ever printed.
Well, I was 14 when Trainspotting came out. I remember that film coming out and me not being able to see it at the cinema. That poster is massively, massively riddled with nostalgia.
These posters were issued about 20 years ago. Finding one in mint condition It's almost impossible.
What a find. Really well done, Isaac. Really great.
Would you say that you're interested in selling the ones you've bought today?
If someone else out there really likes them and really wants them and is willing to put them up and not just store them under the stairs like I'm doing, then yeah. One person's trash is another person's treasure, innit? You never know. There's always someone out there.
Well, we can do a little bit of research, can't we? And we can try and find out how much we're going to get for you.
Leave it with us.
All right, safe.
We'll see you later with hopefully some good news.
I think they were both pretty stunned to see them, to be honest.
Why do you think was so amazing?
To say you got all those for free as well. Yeah, perfect.
Lovely.
Who has a collection of movie posters like that? Me.
So when I was 14, I started to get into music. It was mainly UK garage and underground music, but from there I was just totally obsessed. I started to notice the relationship between the clothes and the music. I just really loved the way they were both interlinked. I fell in love with brands like Moschino, Versace, Valentino, all of those Italian brands. These were massive in the scene. I was working in a bar, but I wanted to make electronic and dance music. When I went traveling to Asia, everything changed. I became obsessed with going to markets and finding pieces that I could buy for cheaply. When I got back, I quit my job and went full-time into reselling. Never looked back. The first items that I sold were a t-shirt and a bag. I sent them both to the wrong people, and I got them both to send it back to each other. I go overseas to get items, go to markets. I love the thrill of finding something that you're not expecting to see. For me, it's all about standing out, finding something individual and unique. The bolder, the better. You can make a decent amount of money reselling, but it really depends on how hard you work. Come full circle because now I buy and sell clothes and make music. They both help each other. If a record doesn't make you feel something, it's worthless, just like clothes. If they don't make you feel something, it's just fabric. I think the value of these clothes are in the stories that they tell. When I pick up a vintage piece, I'm thinking about who might have owned it before, where it might have been, and really how it would have made that person feel.
That's all I do, really. I wake up and listen to music, or I go and meet my friends. We just talk about music all day and every day.
Look what I just bought.
Oh, nice. Where did you find that?
Charity store.
What was your first record that you got?
Biggie Smalls, Ready to Die, and I kept it under my bed for about 2 years. Even when it broke in half, I went out and bought another one because I loved it so much.
That's so lovely.
How about you?
Probably something like All Saints or something.
So good.
To have something with such a good history and it's so old, you don't find them that often. To find one in such good condition was so exciting.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Luke.
My name's Youth. Good to meet you.
Okay, so record. What is it?
I've got an original copy of the 1968 Beatles album.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing.
The album is called The Beatles, but it's commonly known as the White Album.
Yeah.
So the Beatles' White Album is an absolute classic, one of my favourite albums.
It's in a good condition. How did you get this?
My cousins were clearing out a house of someone who'd passed away, and they were able to take whatever contents they wanted. They'd called me up, bearing in mind I'm huge on records and stuff, so I was going through all their records and pulled this out and was ecstatic.
How lucky is that?
I think my cousin will want a huge favour from me in the future anyway. We'll see how that goes.
What connection do you have to the Beatles? Were you into them before you got the album?
They're the first band that I listened to and thought, OK, I want to do music for the rest of my life.
Wow.
So now I'm studying journalism, hoping to be a music journalist.
So it's really influenced you
Yeah,
then?
massively. They're the biggest influence on me.
I love all the Beatles, they're all awesome. Which one would you say is your favourite?
I'd probably go with John. He was the one out of the Beatles that I was massively into.
Yeah.
I was obsessed, really. I ended up with his name tattooed on my chest.
Tattooed?
No way.
Can we have a look?
Can we see it?
Yeah. Look.
Whoa! That's amazing.
I got George and Paul as well.
What are the symbols?
I have Paul from Wings.
The Wings.
And then John with a piece,
Yeah.
and then George with the arm.
So nice.
It's dedication.
I couldn't believe it when Luke lifted his top up and he had 3 Beatles on his chest.
This album specifically is a little bit special because of the serial numbers. The first 4 were given to the Beatles.
Issue 1 of the Beatles' White Album was owned by Ringo Starr, which he sold for $790,000, and that was just the sleeve, let alone the record. If the number's lower, so, you know, if it's under 1,000, it's usually kind of in the collector's territory. This number isn't in 1,000, but the condition is beautiful. It's still got all the inserts, the photos.
If you were to go to auction with this, because it is in such good condition, the price is going for around 100 to 150. So, yeah.
Right now, it's only worth 150 quid, but if Luke holds onto it, the value's only gonna go up. Is it something that you would want to sell, or?
I think it's got too much sentimental value to me.
Of course.
The fact that it's come from another owner who's treated it so well, I feel like I have moral responsibility to take care of it.
It's almost worth holding on to because you're a collector of vinyl anyway. You're in music, maybe it's meant to stay with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care, Luke.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Such a nice piece.
I think this is something that I'd love to pass down to my children if I have any, and hopefully continue the legacy of the Beatles, which I will definitely be forcing onto them when they grow up.
Oh, hi. I was just wondering if you could help me. I've got some amazing posters. I've done a little bit of research and I've found out what the posters are worth. They are a little bit more than we expected, so I'm excited to tell Isaac.
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh.
I'm a bit nervous.
Are you excited to know how much they're worth?
Yeah.
We'll start on the right. We've got the Clueless poster, iconic movie. Because of the condition, you know, it is around 30 to 60 pounds.
Okay,
Yeah?
cool.
Donnie Darko, because it's signed by Richard Kelly, the director, we valued it to around 80 to 100 pounds.
Sick.
The iconic Train Spotting poster is around 80 to 160 pounds valued at.
That's pretty sick.
It's difficult to price this one up because there's literally no others that we saw online.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you want to take them to auction?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. I can't wait.
I'm sad to know that they won't be in my collection. I'm not sad to see them go, if that makes sense. I'm still a dork, but like, I'm not that much of a dork.
If you've found something cool in your loft, you've got to do your research and make sure you sell it for what it's worth.
If you're selling stuff online, it's a total different ballgame. You've really got to value your items so that your customers do too. When you're selling, you want to make sure that you're photographing well, showing the quality of your item, do an amazing description that really sells that product. You want people to know that they're getting a quality item for a good price so that they click that button.
Good to see you.
How you doing?
So how are you feeling about today? You think they're going to sell?
Yeah, I feel like 1 or 2 might sell.
I was looking at some of your reserve prices and they're actually a lot higher than we probably would have put them.
Yeah.
And what's your reason for that?
Just naivety. I've got to think about what the auctioneers take as much as kind of what I'm going to get.
Big part of it for you, Isaac, is that they hold so much sentimental value.
Yeah.
And because you've got them from the cinema yourself, the price basically has to be right. That's what I'm gathering. If they don't sell today, are they going to go back under Mum's stairs?
No, I'm going to basically do an exhibition. I'm going to exhibit like 50 of them and I'm going to do like a blind auction.
That is amazing. That's
incredible.
so great.
You guys inspired me to do that, man.
Hopefully we'll get them sold today, so I reckon we should go and see.
Yeah, let's go see. Come on.
Last chance. Sold.
Haven't felt this nervous since the finale of Bodyguard.
Have you seen anything you're interested in?
That. that samurai outfit.
It's insane.
That is actually amazing.
I want to wear that to my local
You
supermarket.
could just have it in your kitchen, you'd be fine, it'd look great. Taking your items to auction is always a bit of a gamble. The right buyer just might not be there on the day.
Are you ready? Hold hands, let's do it. You ready?
Holding hands, holding hands.
We have a clueless British quad film poster. Starting the bidding off at 75.
75.
Anyone going to give me 75? 75.
Yes.
80.
Yes, 80.
85.
Yes.
90.
Yes.
Interesting.
95.
Are you bidding right?
Not today.
Oh, see, so it didn't go because my reserve is too high, isn't it?
95 quid was the top bid, but it's not sold. Hopefully we'll have some more luck with train spotting.
2439C, a train spotting poster. Starting again at 75.
Train spotting, this should go.
Anyone going to give me 75? Please, someone give me 75. Not today.
No bids whatsoever for train spotting. Can't believe it.
Next one, 2439D, Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko, this is the
Signed
last
copy,
one.
Richard Kelly.
Got 75, 80.
We've got 75, 80.
85.
85,
90.
90.
95.
So it won't go because it needs to go higher than
It
my
will
reserve.
go.
Anyone else going to give me 95? Sorry, weren't selling those today.
How do you feel?
I'm cool, man. It's cool.
To be honest, to know that your posters are worth at least around 100
Yeah,
shows
for
that
sure.
there's still quality. You got all of them for free as well.
That's true. Yeah, it was close. I will definitely put that train spotting one up again. And it means I can do my exhibition at the end of the year.
We'll definitely come to that.
You just want to get the clueless one, didn't it? If I was to put 50 of my posters in a room at the same time, invite a big crowd of people, I think they'd all go. That's what I'm going to aim to do.
In the future, maybe if you do your reserve prices a little bit lower, you could make a little bit of money out of it.
Do I get them back now?
Well, we'll see.
The Clueless poster got the highest bid at 95. I knew it was a beauty.